Good evening. I'm meteorologist Lance Huffman with an update on your Sunday evening forecast. Temperatures will continue to drop out of the 70s as we go through tonight, with lows only in the upper 60s. So a pretty mild night is ahead. We'll see our winds continue to be out of the south. And as we get towards the later parts of this evening, a few passing clouds will be around. But as we get into early Monday morning, we're going to see them clear out. We'll see a clear and sunny start to the day on Monday. But clouds are going to move their way back in. And that's going to be ahead of a storm complex that's going to be trying to move its way through Monday afternoon. But for Monday morning, we'll at least be on the drier side of things. Lower 70s towards 8 a.m. Monday, and we see these temperatures get a big boost. 79 towards 11. We'll get into the mid-80s for high temperatures Monday. And then what happens is that storm complex arrives, it interacts with all the warmth and moisture that we'll have in the atmosphere, and we could see a few of these storms be on the stronger side of things. And mainly at this point, we'll be tracking just some gusty winds from most of these, maybe an instance or two of some large hail, but you can see kind of that line shape of some of these showers and storms indicates that most of this threat would be mainly wind driven at this point. And we do have a slight risk in place for that. We'll talk about that here in just a second. We'll drop into the 70s behind this storm system, and then more storms are going to be possible on Tuesday as well. So for the severe outlook for Monday, again, the main threats here: damaging winds, of course, heavy rain. We're talking about storms and maybe an instance or two of some large hail. That time frame is going to be really from around noon to around 6 p.m. On Monday. And that slight risk is encapsulating or encompassing all of northeast Indiana and northwest Ohio. That's at level 2 out of 5 that you see on that legend up there. So the chance not too terribly high, but it is still certainly enough to where you might likely want to keep that in the back of your mind throughout any of the plans that you might have Monday afternoon and Monday evening. And keep that same thing in mind Tuesday afternoon and evening too, because a cold front's going to move through. We're going to warm back up into the 80s Tuesday, reacting with more of that warmth and moisture. That's going to bring us another recipe for a few scattered showers and storms Tuesday, some of which could also be strong to severe, mainly also looking at some damaging winds and hail from that too. Behind that cold front that moves through Tuesday, we'll drop into the 60s Wednesday and Thursday, but not looking at rain chances there. However, they do return Friday and Saturday as we rise back into the 70s. We'll stay into the 70s for Memorial Day weekend. And as of right now, we are trending dry for the Indy 500, but we're keeping a close eye on that, as some rain chances could try to build their way back into the picture with it being this far out. So again, keep an eye on that, especially with Indianapolis. 80 degrees, the high temperature then for Memorial Day. A few scattered showers and storms, and that pattern remains with a warm up into the mid 80s next Tuesday.